Yo guys, Kieran Hedley here, Stephen Harvey here. Today we're going to do how to take your body fat. So today's method is actually using the skin fold calipers. So I've just got some plastic ones I picked off eBay, I think it was, for about 40 bucks. So I'm going to show you how to use these, and we're going to talk briefly about how else you can take your body fat percentage as well. So let's do it.
Everything changes.
Okay guys, I'm going to make this short and sharp. So there are actually 5 ways to take your body fat. First one is to use a skin fold, so skin fold caliper. You can measure up to 12 sites on a person's body. I keep it simple, I'm only doing 4 today, but there are actually 4 other methods. So one of them is actually called a bioelectric analysis, and that's just the scales that you can buy, and it measures your body fat. It's not entirely accurate, but it's consistent, so if you use it every time, then you've got consistency. And the other one is anthropometric. So what that is that's just doing measurements around the waist and around the hips and so forth, and you just take it that way, and it is consistent, but it's very inaccurate, but it's probably the easiest way and the cheapest way to go about it. The other one is hydrostatic, where you go into a tub of water and it measures your fat-free mass. So this is a lot more expensive but much more accurate than skin folds. And now finally is DEXA scan. This is the most expensive but the most accurate one because it measures the fat around your organs as well. So theoretically, I mean, on paper it's roughly around about 4 or 5% higher if you get a DEXA scan measurement compared to body fat calipers. Okay, there are multiple ways to measure body fat with skin fold calipers. I use a 4-site Jackson Pollock Principle. There's also the 7-site and the 12-site. The only reason why I do 4-site is because it's simple, it's consistent. I do take a measurement from the lower body and 3 from the upper, so I would look at fat-free mass all over. The only reason why I don't get any higher is because I'm not so serious as we're going to enter a bodybuilding competition or anything like that, so that's why I just keep it simple. Alright, so for this I will put the formula that I use above. Alright, I'm going to put it on the screen, I'm going to put it in the description so you can see it. But basically, I measure the 4 different sites: the abs, triceps, thighs, and suprailiac. It's going to be slightly different from male and female, so I take that into consideration. Plus, we take the age into consideration as well. So Stephen's measurement last week was currently going in a reverse diet. He was 7.8%. He's 22 years old, and now we're expecting his body fat to be slightly higher since we're going into a little bit of a bulk. Alright, so with males I always measure on the right side of the body, so we're keeping it consistent, and for females I always measure on the left side of the body to keep it consistent. The other thing, you want to make sure that when you're pinching the skin, you're actually only pulling fat off the muscle, but you're not actually pulling muscle away. With some people, especially if you're going for a limb skin fold, sometimes you'll especially pinch and grab muscle, so you need to make sure that you're not doing it, so you need to find the difference for that. All I do is I find the site, I pinch for it, and pull it up, and by pulling it up you actually take the skin away from the muscle, and then you take the skin fold. So when I'm taking a skin from the abs, I go directly next to the belly button, about 1 centimeter away, and what you do is when you pinch, you put the caliper 1 centimeter below the pinch, okay, and then you let go. And then that reading, I know you guys can't see that, but that reading is giving me 12 millimeters. So basically I record that 12 millimeters, and then I do that for the other 3 sites as well. For every single site, it's always a vertical pinch. So you always pinch it vertically opposed to on an angle, except for the suprailiac, which is the line running down here. So for tricep, this is what I do. Okay, cool. So put your elbow at 90 degrees. Perfect. Flare it out 45. Good. Now flare out your arm and completely tense it. On a guy or a girl that is slightly leaner, you can actually find the point very easy. Basically what you do is you look at where the long head meets the medial head, and you can find that point just up here. So that will be around about halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. Now come down and relax. And just once you've completely relaxed, then you can take the skin fold. Alright, so I'm making sure that I'm pulling the skin away from the muscle. Alright, nice. That's definitely leaner. That's 6.5 right there. Now on someone, when you're doing the tricep that you can't find that point between the long head and the medial head, all you do is you find that halfway point between the shoulder and the elbow. Now we're going to do quad. So this is what I do for quad. Alright, so what you need to do is stretch out your leg, completely tense. Perfect. And do you guys know the teardrop muscle? So the teardrop is your VMO, your vastus medialis. And basically what that is you can't see it on me because I'm in a bulk as well. So basically a teardrop is this muscle here. And basically what you want to do is you want to find that point at the top of the VMO right there. So that's what I'm doing with him. I found that point. I'll come down and relax. And good. Again, a vertical pinch, 1 centimeter below, pinching the skin. 7.5. Alright, so the last one I do is the suprailiac. All you need to do is find that V line, and basically that's the pelvic muscle there. And what you do is you find that hip bone and the pelvic muscle, and you want to find that far front right end of it, so just up here. It's still on the front, not on the side of the person. And what you're going to do is you're going to measure about an inch, 2 centimeters, just above that point. On a person that you can't find that point, so if their body fat's slightly higher, all you need to do is you ask them to point where the top of the hip bone is, and then just measure it an inch above. Now what I'm going to do is, on a 45-degree angle, we do the exact same thing, and I got 7 millimeters. So now I've done all 4 sites. It's giving me a total of 7.38%. Now even though we're in a bulk, he's actually lost body fat, because this is his first week in a bulk, right? So technically there was actually a big period where he's still in a total deficit, so he was still actually losing body fat. So which is really good, because he's lost 0.5% of body fat again. You're actually at 7.3, you're at 7.8 before. So good, like, congrats, that's awesome, man. So now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna up his calories again. So he's actually been up to 200 calories, he's gonna be up to another 100 now. What I will do before I confirm it is I will actually re-measure everything 2 more times. I do an average of 3 measurements. And the reason why I do everything first and then do everything again is because when you're pulling at the skin actually warms up, and it can alter the measurement as well. One other way, this is the easiest possible way you can do body fat, is you can look at this picture that I'm just putting on the screen here. This picture is basically giving you an average of what a person may or may not look like when they're at a certain percent. Anyway guys, that's how we do the skin fold caliper measurements. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was informative. And hello Jess, how are you? It's good to see you. Go try it out for yourself. If you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot them my way. I'll be happy to help. This is how I do it, and it's worked for me. It's worked consistently. This guy's lost 20 kilograms since he's been training with me. He's lost 10 of those kgs. It's been absolutely amazing. He's done such a good job. So I really hope that does help you too. Thank you again. Subscribe to this channel. I'll catch you later.